That's what I came up with so far. Got a little too close to the line, but that's why the line's just there as a, what's the word? Just to make sure I don't go over, because it's probably going to be just about that much, to be honest. It's like this little crack right here where my thumb is. So I'm going to finish it off with the saw because I don't want to take the chances and cut all the way over here. So I'm just going to use the saw there and carefully break it off, because if you're not careful enough, because if you can cut it all the way there and cut it all the way there and it'll like come clean off, well then good, but I don't think I'm gonna be able to do it here, because we'll see. But if there's a point where you gotta break it off, make sure it's a very thin break, or you're gonna like take the whole goddamn plank all the way over here where these cracks travel. It'll go all the way, and it's no good. So I'm gonna cut it right now. This is what I got so far. I cut it off, and it was pretty easy, not too bad. But right here, see how it's like stepped? It's because the saw, I cut the wrong line. Or hold on, this is the correct cut. Down here is not, but I'm gonna have to clean it up. I'm gonna use a sharp knife. You can use one of those carpenter knives. I think it's the one that folds open, and you use the razor blades, the disposable razor blades, or you can use a sharp knife. But what I did there is I cut a little bit with the saw, hand saw, just a little bit, so when I use the knife and it travels and it wants to pick up the whole fiber or the whole piece, it'll stop there, because it ends there. It ends there. It's not going to go anywhere else. It's not going to go all the way down. But if it didn't have that cut, it could just like split and then lift this whole thing. It doesn't have, it's not necessarily an old wood thing. It's with all wood, because once you cut in the inside, it looks brand new, looks clean. It's strong wood. So yeah, just gotta. The reason I chose this one, like I said, it's got character. It's also, I don't have to use like a good piece of wood, and also the old wood, it's got a different color too. Oh well, yeah, I am gonna dye this so it can be a different shade or a different color. But if you were wanting to keep it bare, it has a different color. It's not bad. So what I'm doing now is I'm filing. Well, not really filing. I got a wooden rasp. It looks like a file, but it's not. It's for wood. There's some better wood rasps out there, but I couldn't find it. There's one that looks like it's a bunch of hacksaw blades pinned together. That one's really good. I've used one of those, but it wasn't mine. Can't find one of those for some reason. Anyways, I'll look on eBay or something like that. But I'm getting the shape of it so far. It's not looking too bad. But I'm getting a rough shape, and then when it comes down to like actually fitting it onto the rifle, I'll show you how I do it, and it's not gonna look exactly like that. It's too blocky. That's why I'm like taking off these sharp edges. And right here, it's not gonna be a flat surface. It's gonna be kind of like curved, because I don't know if it's an actual thing, but they put their hand there. Sometimes people who shoot RPKs, they put their hand there. Well, it's upside down, but they grab the rifle like that, and with the hand, the other hand, like for example, I'm a right-handed shooter. I shoot with my right hand, and if I were gonna grab the RPK, sometimes shooters would like use the left hand and put it under here. Don't know why, but that's why it's smooth there. And then right here, it's not gonna be flat. It's kind of like a not so much concave, but it's like a dip, a very slight dip, and then a metal plate on top. So this is my AK, my only AK, but this is the one that I want to trade, not trade, but switch the stock, because I don't know if you can tell, but you see the reflection. This is beautiful wood and a beautiful finish. It came with the gun like that. It's a Palmetto State Armory, and they do beautiful finishes, but you can see the cuts and dents, and I hate to see it go to waste. Like, the finish is beautiful. So I'm gonna take it off, just make a new stock, put different furniture, like different furniture there, and put a Bakelite grip, because the finish is too beautiful. It's pretty. The wood is smooth, and it's a good job, and I'm gonna have to do some fixing. Luckily, I found the correct what's it called? The correct color. I'm just gonna say color for like a stain. That's the word I was looking for. The correct stain of wood, or for wood, so I can just fix it again. So that's why I want to use different wood, different finish. And right now I'm trying to see, to get an idea of how it's supposed to look like. And right now it's too long by the looks of it. So it should be, hold on, give me a second. Should be something like that. Yeah, I want to make this into an RPK, since I was thinking about just using regular wood, but I have a bunch of 40 round magazines, so I'll just do that. And maybe one day I'll buy a drum, but that's a hard maybe, because I don't really, the drums look cool, but they're not very practical. They're not very reliable. So 40 round magazines will do. And I'm trying to see if I can find one of those bipods. The barrel's gonna stay that short because it's too much of a hassle just to put a longer barrel. And if it's gonna be a true RPK, I have to get a different different receiver, because AK's only got one receiver. Different receiver, maybe a different dust cover. I don't know if it'll accept it. It's got to be different, because it's the receiver is longer for an RPK. Even the wood furniture is thicker. Obviously, the barrel's longer too. Everything's a little different from a true RPK, but that's not going to happen. It's too much of a hassle. And if I want it back to a regular AKM, I'll just, take off the stock. Maybe buy a regular one or make one. And switch the furniture out, switch the grip, or Bakelite grip's going to stay on there. I could always just switch it if I want to.